The decision will always be yours, and it is always up to you. So welcome to another episode on Bold and Beyond. Today we have someone that's going to share his story with us. But before we go any further, a special shout out to the people that always make this possible. Special shout out to Derek Collections, White House in Kabale, Mark Shots, Jetex Solutions for always making this possible. And to also you, our viewers, you always put your time to watch us, and thank you very much. So as I told you, the decision is always ours, and we want to know what our future leaders, what the people that are contesting have for us. So today with us is a leader. He has been leading and now wants to move to another level of leadership. He's going to share with us his story and what he sees for us as citizens all around. So buckle up, sit down, and let's hear his story, and let's hear what he has for us. And when the time is right, you will make the decision. Welcome.
Thank you.
So as we start, I would like to ask, who are you?
My name is CPA Protazio Begumisa. I'm the current NRM flag bearer for Norwa East Constituency. I am an accountant by profession, but have spent over 21 years as a tax administrator at Uganda Revenue Authority. I'm married to one wife, and that is Madam Peace Kemjisha Begumisa. And God has blessed us with 4 children, 2 girls, 2 boys. I went to school. I did my primary at St. Francis Primary, Chanamira. And then 1983, I joined St. Francis College, Chanamira, as a pioneer student. I studied from there for 2 years. I used to be the best in every paper, every test for the 2 years. So senior 3, I decided to change school. I went to Kabasco, Kawale Senior Secondary School, where I completed my O-level from. That is in 1986. And myself and Michael Tinomjuni were the best students for that session. I continued to Kigezi High School. I did mathematics, economics, and geography. And at the end of senior 6, I was still the best student at Kigezi High School, and I think the best student for Kawale District.
Beautiful.
Then I went to Makerere. I did Bachelor of Commerce, accounting option, and I came out with an upper second. Immediately, I got a job, initially as a teacher at some lousy school. It was called Top Care School of Accountancy. And I used to earn 3,000 shillings per week. After 4 months, I got another small teaching job at APAS Accountancy Services in Zambia. And they used to pay me 10,000 per week plus transport refund. I delayed to get a job. Some of my colleagues got jobs by end of month 3, 4, but for me, I got a serious job at the end of month 6. And that was at Uganda Railways Corporation, where I worked as a junior accountant up to 1994, when I got a better job at Uganda Airlines Corporation. I used to work in Entebbe, a place called Bangladesh. Initially as an accountant, they used to call us accounts assistant. But after a few months, I got, I call it a high jump. And they promoted me one ladder up. I was made acting senior accountant. And I never looked back. I hung on that seat for some time. And by the time I left Uganda Airlines in 1999, I had reached the rank of Deputy Chief Accountant of Uganda Airlines Corporation. I was still a very young man because I wedded in 1996. And you know, I married soon after getting a job. I actually married around 94. Wedded in 96, but by 99, I was already Deputy Chief Accountant of a government parastatal. So I was a big man at a very young age. And of course, working for an airline is one of the best things that can happen to you. Even now, those who work for Uganda Airlines are doing relatively better than the rest of the workers in the country. Even that time, that was a story. So I was lucky to work for Uganda Airlines. They used to pay us well, and we had a lot of benefits. For example, when you work for an airline, you can fly from here up to Hong Kong without paying.
Okay,
or you go on a rebate ticket, where you know the ticket is discounted. And as an airline staff, if you fly on a plane and there is free space in first class or business class, they upgrade you. It's an industry norm. So sometimes you'd find me in British Airways, first class. You know? So an airline is good to work for. So then trouble came, and they privatized the ground handling, and the revenue stream that remained could not sustain the airline in the air. So we really started struggling, and I decided to walk away and join Uganda Breweries Corporation. And I actually changed profession. I became a commercial manager for Uganda Breweries in charge of Western Uganda. And by definition, Western Uganda was Fort Portal, Kasese, Bushenyi, Ishaka, Rukunjiri, Ntungamo, Kabale, Kisoro, Mbarara, up to Masaka. That whole region was under me. In fact, some people used to see me come with a Guinness car, a Guinness branded car, and if you saw me, then you would know that trailers of beer are about to come. Our CD, contract distributor, was Mr. Mlenga then. But I worked briefly for Uganda Breweries. That was also a very good job. One thing I remember, that within those 4 months, I saved enough money and I bought a plot in Nansana.
Wow.
In 4 months. because they would give us good salary, then they would give us a fuel card, then they would give us per diem as field officers. Then the contract distributors we used to work with were the rich people in those regions, so they would also cater for us. Sometimes they buy lunch, they buy supper. Those who drink, they buy them drink. So generally it was a good job. But the only problem I got, it required me to be on the road every day. With the risks on these roads and being away from the family. I had a young family at that time. I had one kid. So after 4 months, I left. The travel bureaus, wherever you go, those people you see on the computer who issue the air ticket,
Yeah.
it's us who train them, the whole country.
Okay.
We also train the air hostesses and stewardess who work in the plane. Those smart people you see in the plane who serve food, it's
Yes,
us
that's
who train them. And we are lucky because it's an exclusive license given to us by IATA in Canada. And that school has been around for over 30 years.
Wow.
So I'm the board chair of that school. And it's doing well because it is even giving jobs to people from Norwa East, from Swansea. What else have I not said? So I worked for URA for 21 years and resigned in 2020 to join politics. But in between, I also did a few other things. In the professional world, I became a council member of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda. After one term, I became the vice president of the institute. After one term, I became the 7th president of ICPAU.
Wow.
And during my regime, I was entitled to 2 terms. I only served 1. Because in that one regime, the things I accomplished, I didn't want to spoil them in the next regime. Because when I came in, one of the first things I did was to buy 2 storage buildings to house the institute. We had that old building at Bukoto Street, so I bought 2 storage buildings. Once the infrastructure was in place, I also changed the structure of the institute. I created directorates, resourced the directorates with directors, with managers, with supervisors, with officers, gave them clear roles, and increased their salaries. I went ahead and pursued the tax exemption for the profession. Of course, when we managed to take it to the floor of Parliament, of course, Parliament has more lawyers than accountants. They also said, how about us? So the lawyers also benefited, the engineers, the medical practitioners, their professional bodies all got tax exemption, but because of me.
Okay.
I also managed to get the master plan for our 5 acres in Ndorwa, worked on and approved by Wakiso district, and a few other things. So I reached a point, I said, now, what if something goes wrong in the second term? Because there is no salary. You are the president, so a big man, you sit in front, you talk at every function, but there is no salary. So I have already reached that level. Why should I hang on? Something could go wrong and spoil my good record. So I moved on.
Yeah.
So fast forward 2020, I decided to join politics. So The question is, what inspired me?
Yeah. That was what I was going to
That's
say.
what you were going to ask.
Yeah.
Why did you leave URA and join politics? You see, at one time, I was the Assistant Commissioner Compliance for URA. In simple terms, you could say I was the Chief Government Collector.
Wow.
Government of Uganda, the person who was responsible for collecting most of the domestic taxes was me. And that's a job I did for 7 years. But whenever I would come to Norwa East, there is not even a meter of chorus.
Yeah.
And I'm the Chief Government Collector. Even Maram, to get Maram in our roads, is not easy. We have a health center near my village. It's called the Chigata Health Center too. There was no electricity. The only clean water sources we have, the gravity scheme, I think was constructed by Rugarama, the diocese. So, I was wondering, how can I be the chief collector for Uganda government? And the money I collect never comes to my constituency. So whenever we would ask, they would tell us that the problem with the Ndorwa East Constituency is that you have an MP who is a rebel MP. He does not cooperate with the president. He does not cooperate with NRM people. And for that matter, services don't come to your constituency. So I said, since I have always supported NRM, I have worked for NRM for 30 years now, and I promise that once I become the MP, I will continue cooperating with NRM. Why don't I go and rescue my people? If they can like me and make me an MP, then we'll see where Rwekwaso comes from. Okay?
Yeah.
If the Rwekwaso has been that you have a rebel MP who doesn't cooperate with us, if I go there and I'm NRM, to see if something can change.
Yeah.
But I also believe that I have an advantage over the current MP, okay, because of my experience, my history, my resilience, and even my training. I strongly believe up to today that I can do better than him. Because even now, I'm not an MP, okay?
Yeah.
The things I have done in the constituency, they are louder than what he has been doing. I can give you a few examples. Nyachijumba is near here.
Yeah.
You know, near where the traffic police, where they have their roadblock.
Yes.
If you look down, there is a new school block, 5 classrooms. It's me who built that building up to the beam. Then Rotaract Club of Visit Kampala East or West came and roofed put in the windows and doors and did the plastering. And the other day I passed, somebody has even done the painting. Now it is looking like this. But the structure, the entire structure, 5 classrooms, was built by myself. I don't know, but you can find out. I don't know which school the MP of 20 years has built in his constituency using his money. Because the money I put in Nyachizumba here is my personal money. It's not government money. So don't tell me that he has robbed for, a city school somewhere. Okay? Because we also have very lousy schools in the constituency. If you go to a place called Kentale Primary and you look at the structures, you can't believe it. If I was MP, at least I would have built for them 2-3 classes using my own money. Because I don't like seeing ramshackle structures. I went to Horo Catholic Church. They showed me a nursery school. And it is at a sheer, built with brick and Nebion. I don't know whether brick still exists in this, but the thing is there and it is at a sheer. So somebody told me, said, don't you see this thing one day kill our kids? I said, well, I can help you. I built 2 classrooms. When I reached at around the window stage, some people stopped me. But the structure up to today is still there. This thing of the MP helps with the churches and what? I have probably helped more churches than him. Because for me, I don't care whether the church is a Catholic church or an Anglican church. If they invite me and I have some money, I support all of them equally. Even in Barokore churches where some people don't go, me I go. We have 2 mosques in the constituency. I have visited all the mosques and I have contributed something. Now, Ndorwa East has so many other big things we could be doing, but they are not being done. During my campaigns for NRM primaries, I identified something and told people, and you could see that people were really appreciating that idea. We have 3 border crossings in Ndorwa East. One here in Buhara, I think it's called Kakondo. Another one in Buhara called after Kafunzo. Then another one in Maziba, Mukoche. So we have 3 border crossings. But people who even live nearby, if they are going to Rwanda, they are not allowed to cross. You have to first come to Katuna to cross to Rwanda, even if you are going to the village next to Kakondo, or you go to Kamwezi. Now, if you go to Katuna and you see the setup, the structures there, the parking, the businesses around, there is some serious activity going on. So much so that even my people in Kabahesi, Nyabisika, Shororo, Rutale, you find them going to Katuna to find something to do. They could actually be doing it in Ndorwa East. So why can't somebody convince the decision makers in this government to at least turn one of those 3 border crossings into a customs border point? If I could succeed in doing that, the economics of Ndorwa East would change. Because if you, for example, turn Kafunjo, that border crossing there, into a customs border point, it would then mean that the road from Nyachigugwe via Kabanyunyi to Kafunjo would be tarmacked. Once the road is tarmacked, even the electricity lines would follow up to the border. The border would be built with buildings for URA, to house URA, to house immigration, to house security. There would be parking for trailers, for small cars. You know, the kiosks would mushroom around the area, and there would be some employment created. But even along the way, if there is electricity and you want to do metal fabrication, you can do it. If young people like you who understand music and CDs and what, they could now start cutting some CDs and sell them and earn some coin. Once you have internet, you know, electricity, internet, then you can do so many other things. I hear you guys even get money from TikTok and other things. So that could change the economy of Ndorwa East. We in this Ndorwa East, we even have some places where there is no network. Yes. There was supposed to be a mass somewhere, I think after Wantamba. It's not there. If you go to some of those places like Nebsika, the network is not clear. You go to Ntarabana after Nyamuchenjeri, that valley there, the network is not there. Now, so my view is that there are many things I can change. We also don't understand why all the Kawale Road cannot be tarmacked. Electricity. Imagine a village like Ruvira here. If you stand in Ruvira and you make very serious noise, even people in town here can hear you. But there is no power. And it is absurd because Ruvira has 2 bishops. Bishop Ruchirande stays in Ruvira, even Bishop Kalisti is born in Ruvira. But there is no power. And people vote for the current MP. Why? Chigata Health Center, there was no electricity. I paid the guy to do the wiring. I bought the solido. I paid for the connection. I paid everything. And since 2020, when I appeared on the scene, the political scene, we have had electricity in that health center.
So to our view, I think you may be wondering why we have changed. It's because of the weather, and we thank the Lord for it. We are still at the beautiful White House in Kavali, and we still have the same guest, Honorable Protazio. So the question I had asked was, first of all, you've done a lot, even before you're a leader. So what's that one thing you talk about service delivery when you become the MP?
Okay, thank you very much. Limiting me to one item really is cheating me, but I will make it brief. One of the things I'm looking at is youth empowerment. Of course, we can categorize youth, the educated youth and the uneducated youth. Or even those who are still in school. Now, for those who are in primary, I will continue with my policy of sponsoring students for at least 4 years. That is S1 to S4. Currently, I'm sponsoring 25 students. Most of them are in Kampala schools. Majority are at St. Peter's Senior Secondary School, Nansana. The first batch went to Cityland, Matuga. So that, if I become the MP, won't stop. In fact, what I will do, I will increase the number of sponsorships. I promise 10 sponsorships per sub-county. If I become the MP, that will make it 40 students that I will be sponsoring, in addition to the ones that I have already taken on. The ones who are studying, those who are looking for where to do internship from, I still have some bit of influence. If I give you a recommendation, Uganda Revenue Authority can give you where to do internship. If I give you a recommendation, Capital Markets Authority, where I'm a board member, can give you internship. I can send you to audit firms where I have some relationships, like Creston HM and a few others. So, and to a student, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
They ask you, look for a good company where you can do internship, and you in your circles, you know, your relatives, and there's nobody who can help you.
Yeah.
So I can help my Ndorwa East students find where to do internships. I can also, of course, help some of them to get jobs, because I happen to have some companies even now where I have hired people. I've told you, if you go to Career Institute, the registrar is from Ndorwa East. The receptionist is from Ndorwa East. The co-director is from Ndorwa East. If you go to St. Peter's Senior Secondary School, Nansana, the bursar is from Kumbra here. The one in charge of boys is called Patron. The patron is from Ruababa, Chanamba. The gate man is from Chigata. Recently I gave a job to some lady from Chigata at Sam's Food Industries. She's in the sales department. So once I'm empowered and I become the MP, the number of youth that I can help, especially those who are in the education system or those looking for jobs, I am sure the number will go up. Now, for those who are not studying and are in those trading centers, we will try and form some groups and see how can help the group. For example, if you say for us we are going to be into piggery, we will give you the seed capital. If you say for us we are going to rear goats, we can give you the starting goats. If you say we want to do metal fabrication, we can help you acquire some equipment to do metal fabrication. So, but as long as you come in groups, I can really
help.
Use the constituency development fund or the other money that I have to help some people. So that one, youth will be top of the agenda. Of course, I'm already helping them on sports. You keep seeing us posting, we have given this group jersey, we have given this one shoes. That one will do even a better job once I'm in parliament. Two, generally for my people in Ndorwa East, economic empowerment. Have you seen what Dr. Sylvia is doing in Ruchiga? Giving, everybody coffee seedlings. I will do the same, because that's something good to copy. Coffee is now doing very well. The price per kilo is about 15,000. People have become billionaires from coffee.
Yeah.
But for us in Ndorwa East, nothing serious is going on.
There are few people that.
There are few people who on their own, who are doing some, but on a very small scale. But now go to Ruchiga, go to Ankole, go to Buganda, people are into coffee farming on a serious note. And they are making money from it. So a leader can be deliberate about something. Others are deliberate on has avocado.
Yeah.
And there is money in it also. Others are in soybeans. Others are in bikaju. You know? There is some money in bikaju. In fact, for me, I even promote cassava growing. We even have gardens of cassava in Kampala. I can even give people seedlings and they start from there. I am also a supporter of SACCOs. There is even one I helped promote in Ndorwa East, but the membership currently is restricted to Chanamera. It's called Muzahura SACCO. It has now, I think, a membership of about 150 people. And whenever somebody has a small problem like school fees balance of 200,000, they go to the SACCO, they lend them the money. If they sell their sorghum, then they can repay. It is helping people. Though I'm told some people are trying to sabotage it. But that's very bad because it doesn't help me. As Begumisa, I've never borrowed from there. I actually keep throwing in some little money, you know, for people to borrow and solve their problems. Now, of course, once I'm there, I can even lobby for the SACCO to get some funding from government or any other agencies. But currently, who is helping my people in Ndorwa East? There is SACCO money. We have seen the president giving some SACCOs money. Yeah. Have you ever heard that anybody in Ndorwa East has ever gotten anything? No. By the way, even for students, there's state house scholarships. Nobody from Ndorwa East ever gets on that list because our MP is not cooperating with the government. So once you put an NRM MP, some of those things naturally will come. On education, schools, I don't like seeing ramshackle structures. So wherever they are, if I'm the MP, I will make an attempt to modernize them. If it is not plastered, I will plaster it. If it is falling, we will throw it down and build another one. We organize fundraisings, we call even MPs from other constituencies, well-wishers, and we keep putting up structures. You don't have to wait for government to do everything. Sure. Once you have a leader who can modernize, who can organize very well and bring people together, you know, because they will also be calling you in Ndorwa West, they will be calling you in Rwanda, where. So you can also call them, you come, you target this one, you finish, then next time you focus on another. Yeah. So we can change the infrastructure of our schools, and after changing the infrastructure, then we can go into textbooks, we can go into other things. Yeah. Within 5 years, we should be able to see some change. Of course, I'm already motivating teachers, especially P7. Currently, if you teach our kids and they get D1s, the teacher, I will give you 50,000 per D1. And I'm already giving it to them. I can even make it better if I become the MP and start earning more. So that will motivate the teachers. Now, the students, I'm already picking those who perform very well and I give them sponsorship if they come from poor backgrounds. That will continue and I will multiply it. Health centers, we have been very unfortunate. Even when the government gave out ambulances, it's only in Ndorwa East where there is no ambulance. So in my regime, I will lobby and they also give us an ambulance. All those health centers that don't have electricity, I will try at worst put solar in those health centers so that at least they can do some minor surgeries and help our people. But where they are near electricity lines, we will make sure that we do whatever it takes to make sure that the health center has electricity. Roads, I will still push for the tarmacking of the old Kawari road. The feeder roads, we will collaborate with the district administration and ensure that Ndorwa East feeder roads are worked on. But some of them, if I am authorized, I'll work on them myself. The other day I took a tractor and worked on Chigata Road myself. And people are now happy. So when you hear sometimes that people saying, it's not the work of the MP to work on a road. If an MP works on a road, what happens? Nothing.
Yeah.
So the MP, if he has the goodwill and has the money, he can actually work on the road. It's not his job, but it is a good thing to do. And if I can do it, I will do it. Then finally, I became popular because of village bridges. There is one which went on X, and I got 2 million views. People, of course, some were mocking me, others were excited, others didn't know that such village bridges exist. So, and I'm told even some MPs actually picked the concept from me. They're also making the same.
Yeah.
So now, if I become MP, even the way we are currently doing them because of meager resources will change. They will be slightly better. We'll try to modernize them. Because you not wait for government to even work on those village bridges. But me as an MP, I can have that initiative to make sure that wherever people are really in trouble crossing, I put something that is presentable. It's not so costly, but it's the thinking.
Yeah.
The thinking. And my thinking is that it can be done, and it will be done once I become the MP. I could go on and on, but for now I think we can take that.
Yeah, so we're going to finish, but I'd like you to give your last one to our viewers on making that decision come 2026.
Allow me first thank the Ndorwa East Constituency voters. Every time I have asked for votes, majority have actually voted for me. In 2020, I won the primaries with 68%. The 2021 election, I was robbed of victory for reasons I will not disclose, but most people know why. But I actually won that election. So still people had voted for me as a preferred candidate. Those who doubted that, on 17th July, I still won with about 60%. Which means people want change in Norwa East and they want Protazio Begumisa as their next MP. So I thank them for that. And I appeal to them not to lose heart. We keep hearing people saying they will steal the election again. This time people should be more vigilant, should open their eyes wide open. We hope that this time security will not fight us and like it did that time. And victory is near. It looks near. But we are not going to be complacent. We are actually going to increase the speed as we move towards January 2026. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable, for your time. Really appreciate it. And you've heard from the man himself. He has shared his views. When the time is right, vote for a change. Don't vote because someone has tipped you, but vote because you want that change for yourself and for your community. As we close up, thank you so much for your time. If you've not yet subscribed, please subscribe, like, and comment, and share your views on what you'd really want. These people are always there to read and see what best they could do for you, the citizens. A shout out to our sponsors, Dairy Collections at the Mercy Complex. Whenever you see me looking this nice, it's because of Dairy Collections. White House in Kabale, the beautiful view you always see, that is from them. Here in Makanga, Mark Shots in town next to Miami. The content you're always seeing, the videos you're always seeing for Bold and Beyond, that's him. And JTech Solutions for all the content you see, TikTok, Instagram, everywhere. That's them. So until next time, all the best. With love from your host and from the company. Till next time, all the best.